John Travolta's new mob film Gotti has been torn apart by critics after its release following nearly a decade of efforts by the film star to get it off the ground. In the film, Travolta plays legendary New York mobster John Gotti, who was the head of the Gambino crime family. It is the story of his life as told by his son John A. Gotti, best known as Jr., and has been hotly anticipated by film fans since Travolta started trying to put it in production 9 years ago. Entourage actor Kevin Connolly is the director and also stars Travolta's real-life wife Kelly Preston. They play a couple on screen too. The film was shown at the Cannes Film Festival in May and failed to impress critics there. After its New York City premiere on Thursday night, the criticism got even worse. Share this article. The New York Times labeled it idiotic, jumbled, and incoherent in places, giving most of the insults to the film's structure than to Travolta's performance. So, is John Travolta's Gotti any good? Hey, forget about it. No, seriously. Forget about it. That the long-gestating crime drama Gotti is a dismal mess comes as no surprise. What does shock is just how multifaceted a dismal mess it is. Its writer, Glenn Kenny, wrote, "The movie is so terrible, in viewers' opinion, it got a rare 0% score on the Rotten Tomatometer, which stands for the number of expert site critics who have approved the movie. Amateur critics, e-movie watchers, liked it, and of 6,536 who had voted by Friday afternoon, 85% said they enjoyed it. The professionals' reviews were less merciful. Gotti starring John Travolta was just as bad as you might imagine, and then some. I can't say I blame director Kevin Connolly, who took over from a long series of unfortunate incidents that led to this production. Gotti starring John Travolta is as bad as you might imagine, and then some. Connolly was hamstrung by Travolta, by a really grossly bad script, and a series of producers, some of whom had criminal records," Roger Friedman wrote for Showbiz 411 on Friday. The New York Daily News, which reported contemporaneously on Gotti's widespread crimes, wrote, "So, is John Travolta's Gotti any good? Hey, forget about it. No, seriously. Forget about it." Variety, in its review of the movie last month, questioned why it had been allowed to show at the prestigious Cannes Film Festival. Shame on Cannes. In what appears to be a deal with the devil, or one made with a gun to the back of his head, Cannes director Thierry Frémaux inexplicably agreed to give Gotti the myth-building, record-cleansing inside story of notorious Gotham mob boss John Gotti, as seen by his oldest son, a spot at the prestigious film festival. Travolta tried for years to get the project off the ground. The film's biggest foe, the critics say, is failing to recognize the monstrosity of Gotti's crimes. Known as the Teflon Don for many years, because police could not get charges to stick to him, Gotti is considered one of the most prolific and violent criminals in modern U.S. history. It was supposed to be released in December 2017, but 10 days before its release date, Lionsgate pulled back on the distribution deal they had and sold their rights back to the production company. Travolta said at the time it was because they were considering a limited release which would not have given it a big enough stage. Travolta said that any reports which suggested Lionsgate backed out because they lost faith in the film were fake newses. The process began in 2002 when the first producer, Mark Fiore, secured the rights to Junior Gotti's story and has since endured claims of underpayment and feuding stars.